Before smartphones took over the world, we never had a love story start with the word "I swiped right." Well, today I have a couple all the way from Kenya with a very interesting story on how they met. They met on Tinder and in just 3 days they were married. Isn't that amazing? Well, I'll let them introduce themselves, then we continue with the video. To my right, I have
Mwakazi of Mwakazi Fitness. Yes.
Happy to have you.
I'm also happy to be here.
And to my left, I have
Pauline of Mwakazi's family.
Well, if you want to hear more about their story, it is all over YouTube, all over Google. Just search the Mwakazis family. Well, these two have been making media rounds all over Kenya on the different television stations and the radio stations. Their story is all over. I'm not here to repeat that. I am going to shake up this lovely marriage just a little bit.
It's allowed.
Just after, it's been 6 years since they decided to get married, and it ended in joy, not in tears, as the word goes these days. I have my questions here that I'm going to ask them, and I hope things are going to shake. Just a little bit. I'll start with you. Could you tell us about a time that she disappointed you?
Many a time. Okay, you want specific? Just when like we have a disagreement, then you involve a third party first. That to me is, you know.
This next question goes to you. Okay. What are you hesitant to ask him?
Okay, I have so many things I like asking him, but I just fear of how he's going to respond to me. Like, when he had a choice on Tinder, why didn't he, like, after giving me the date, why didn't he like go and sample out the rest of the women? He had like the 4 other women and get to choose
from the rest.
Yeah, and like only giving me the like option, it's you and that's all. If he would have tried, what could he have done? Like not choosing among the 5 of us.
Can we give him a chance to answer that?
Kindly.
So,
to me, my choice was not on sampling. Yeah? Because I don't know what would have happened if I would have taken all the 5 women to bed. You understand? So to me, that's not the end game. It was not the end game from the word go. I had had a conversation with the others, and to me, my conversation with her was different. Yeah.
Interesting. Now you've gotten an answer to your question. The next question goes to Mr. Mwakazi, and it goes, how do you describe her to your friends and family? How would you describe her?
Basically, they know she's a woman who stole my heart, and nobody actually understands all the things I've done for her. I never ever did for any other woman in this world. Paying dowry, doing everything else. Even to the mother of my kids, I've never done such things. So they know, number one, she's a special person to me, and it remains special.
Wow. How does it feel?
I'm looking at the skies.
It feels good.
Yeah.
I know. Let me ask you now this. What is the one experience you wish he never had?
Teasing.
What is that?
Like making jokes and...
Oh, teasing.
Yeah, teasing people. You know, he can tease you until you feel as if your life is done. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What, Mr. Mwakazi, this is yours. What do you love most about your relationship, your marriage?
One thing I love most about our relationship is it keeps growing, and we are growing in it. Yeah, we met abruptly, but we chose to keep on growing because every day we are getting to know each other. Yeah. So, but we are not dwelling so much on the negative. We have decided to choose the positive and run away with the positive.
Okay, because you guys didn't get a chance to date.
Yes.
You decided to get married. So it is like you're dating in your marriage.
And we don't have a chance to date, so actually we are dating
in the marriage.
Yes.
Interesting. Miss Pauline, when was the last time you considered ending this relationship, and why? Okay, why didn't you go ahead to end it?
Like I've always said, and I've done a video about it, I want to, despite how much I love him, sometimes I just feel that it's too much, especially when people come to attack you, especially women who think that they have the right for him, like women who feel that they're entitled to be in love with this man.
Ooh.
Like so many times I've got women trying to seduce him, not caring that even I'm fair. And
we are watching you.
They make me feel as if they have the right to share. They have the right to share this man with me. So sometimes I feel it's too much. And no, as a man, me as a woman and him as a man, me coming to tell him, he will think that I'm so much insecure, that I'm not focusing on what I'm supposed to.
It makes it feel like it's jealous?
Yeah. And now you feel that I'm not focusing on what I'm supposed to focus doing, but now I'm even allowing other people to come in. For him not to understand that, I'm feeling bad about it. So sometimes I just feel like, why don't you just go with them, and if you find it's not worth it,
come back.
Come back, I'll be here.
Okay, why didn't you go ahead to end the relationship?
Because sometimes I just tell him like that, and then in my heart I feel like, why did I tell him? I think
then you feel bad.
Yeah, I just feel bad because it was not his intention.
Yeah,
it's
right.
people who are pushing it to him. So I just feel as if he's entertaining them, but sometimes I come to realize he's not that kind of a man. So I just keep quiet and tell him I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, to Mr. Mwakazi, what is the one pain in her that you wish you can heal?
Endometriosis. I just wish I can take that thing off her because it has really brought her down. It has really brought her so much pain, and it's something actually she has talked about in her YouTube
Videos,
channel.
yes. She has videos about what he's explaining.
Yes. So, and constantly everybody is asking her, when are you giving birth? This guy has children. If you don't give birth, for him, he will leave you and go to any other woman who can. So it's a pain, and every day it's like you're putting salt on a wound.
Every day she's reminded of that.
Yes.
But to the viewers, to the people out there, I mean, we should stop just going into people's businesses. You know, some things are so emotional that you can't go straight and ask someone that, why are you not doing this? It is their marriage. It is two people. Why would someone else come and make it their entitlement to ask some questions that are so deep to the people?
Yes.
Anyways, I'll go ahead with my questions. If you could change one thing in the relationship, what could it be?
If I could change one thing, I would change what he thinks is only meant for him.
What do you mean by that?
Like, maybe I would want to change that he feels he's the only one who's supposed to make me happy. Yeah. But it should be a two-way thing. Just the same way he would wish to make me happy, like treat me, take me out, buy for me gifts and everything. I'd like to show him also that I can still do it for him.
Okay.
Not considering that, you know, most of the people think it's a man's mandate to provide, to give happiness, to always protect and do all the things in the house. But I would like him to know, in this is our marriage. It's not about people, it's about me and him. That I can also decide today I want to treat my husband. I can take him for dinner, I can take him for a trip. I can pay this, I can do this for him just to make him happy and make sure that we are both happy together.
You can still do that. So instead of now saying...
Of which sometimes I do.
Unless he says, no, I don't want. But I think you can still...
But I can't refuse my offer. I'm a Kenyan woman.
Aggressive. He has to take the offer by force.
Yeah.
Anyways, Mr. Mwakazi, the next question is yours. When you think about the first time you two met, what do you remember? What is that one thing that you can never forget the first day you met?
The way she was glowing, the way she was walking majestically towards me, and I always describe, you know, the way someone walks towards you, the more you get more courage, the more my voice deepens. So the more I feel like actually this is the person for me. And actually I think that's the base that came out of me. You know, I think it's only my brother who has that base. But anyway, I won her heart.
Oh, interesting. How does it feel?
Special.
I know. So, okay, this is yours. How do your different upbringings affect the marriage?
Okay. When I was brought up by our parents, especially my mom, because she's the one who is more like aggressive, she's a talkative person than my dad. I feel that we were brought up in a tough environment where you're not supposed to do this. If it's meant to wake up in the morning, you have to wake up even if you're going nowhere, even if you're not doing anything, you're meant to wake up very in the morning and prepare for your family.
Yeah.
You understand? And not my mom shouting to us and being like, why are you doing this? It's not supposed to be like this, it's supposed to be like this. No, I tend to feel as if I've taken over from my mom. And now I'm bringing it
to the family.
Because the way I saw my mom bring us up, it was in a tough way. And I tend to feel that in my relationship also, or in my family, I should just do the same way she did to shape us. Yeah, because if she didn't do that, I don't think I could be anyone's wife right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, to Mr. Mwakazi, who do you think has more power in this relationship, and why do you think so?
To me, she has more power. And
Why?
by more power, she has the power to keep us together. She has the power to make us separate. Yeah? Because from the word go, I knew what I wanted and I made it clear to her. And if external forces will bring her down, then it will also bring this marriage down. Yeah? If what people are telling her about her condition will bring her down, it will also bring me down. So to me, what I feel, she has more power to make this work or to make this
Fall apart.
Yes.
Okay. What change can she make to improve the relationship she has with you and the children? What change do you think? I'm not saying the relationship is falling apart or anything, but what is that one thing that she can change in herself or at home that can improve the relationship with him and the children?
Okay, for him, I think I'm easy with him, but all I need from him, I can say, is I need support. When it comes to things that I personally feel like as a woman, I need support from him. That is maybe, let's say, towards the kids. And I being a stepmom, it's everywhere known in Africa, or wherever, even outside the countries, that being a stepmom is being a bad picture to the kids. Yeah?
It's a mentality out there that stepmothers are
they're the worst people, they are rude and everything.
Yeah.
Sometimes I tend to feel we have a connection, and sometimes I just feel the connection it's not there, like totally it's not there. So I feel if it could help me, like get it to the children to understand who I am, and I'm not stealing their mom's position. First of all, me with him is so easy because it's all about me and him. We can discuss anything I want changed from him or what he wants me to change. But now when it comes to kids, and being a stepmom is one of the most difficult things.
Yeah.
Taking care of the kids that they truly know that you're not their biological mom is one of the most hardest things. So if you just take in a step and help me be able to approach the kids or even make the kids understand who I am. I'm not trying to take their mother's position, but I'm there for a reason. It's not because I want them not to be with their mother there, but because I'm there with their father, and me being in that position, they should at least show some concern and not make me feel bad. So I would like him to help me show out to the kids or make them understand me and me to understand them so that we can be together. I truly don't like the notion where people say stepmom are the worst people.
Yeah, it's everywhere and it's known that stepmothers are always rude, arrogant, they mistreat the children.
Yes, and I wouldn't love that to ever happen, because one day I know one day I'm going to have my own kids. So the worry should be, why am I mistreating these kids when I don't have my own? So the problem should come when I have my own. Am I going to treat the same kids with respect and love them as I loved them before having my own? Or am I going to give focus on my child and forget about them? You know?
Yeah,
so at least that's the change I would love to bring in this relationship.
Okay. Yeah. Well, this brings us to the next question to Mr. Mwakazi. When did you feel the closest to Polly?
When she introduced me to the parents, I was like...
Yeah, you felt like you've made it.
Yes.
Ooh. Okay.
If she introduces you to the parents,
You know
just
it's
know you have a good chance.
You're done. Okay, interesting. You know there are people who introduce multiple partners to their parents?
Yes, but you see, now you've had her describing her parents.
Yes.
And that's not a mother you'd want to bring 2, 3 men.
Different men.
Yes.
Yeah, right. Okay, now I get that. Miss Pauline, what does he do that makes you feel like he still understands you?
I'll give this as a quick one. When I have my period, and he gets to understand that there are things that I don't like, and there are things that I like. He knows it when I'm about to have my period. It's one of my most difficult time in my life. Even after the surgery, I still feel, to me, it's one of the most boring things. So he feels it when he comes to realize that I'm about to have my period, and he knows how my mood goes down. Yeah. So he tends to not to focus on me like sure he's petting me, but he tends to understand that he understands that this is the worst time to ever tell her a bad thing or show a bad thing. So I just let her be. If she wants to eat the sugars, because I normally have the sugars, if I ask for something sweet, he normally gives it to me. After the period, and then I ask for another sugar, he gives it to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Mwakazi, just keep doing that because now you know how it makes her feel. She feels like you understand her, and you know women with those things.
I know.
Yeah. So this question is yours. How is your marriage different since the end of the lockdown, the pandemic that affected lots and lots of marriages?
It really changed financially, let me say. In terms of us being together, because most people now, you realize the father is always home because now there are no jobs to go to.
Yes.
But between me and her, because I'm self-employed, and since I opened a business for her, she was also very free. So we could spend most of the time together. So during the pandemic, it was not an issue to us. The main issue was now the finances, because number one, her hotel burnt down before the pandemic.
Yes.
Yeah?
By the way, just to pause, she has a video about that. You can check out the Mwakazi's family and you get to know.
Yes. So when the hotel burnt, the main part of the finances that was being brought to the family went under. So it was now me alone with my finances trying to fill in the gaps.
Yeah.
Then immediately pandemic came. So even my finances
Went
so
down.
at one time you are just seated there and you have nothing. You can imagine from a point where you have so much between the two of us, there is nothing. There is totally nothing. And I think that is one of the most trying moments in every relationship. So I think it's through the understanding. Now that she knows what I used to do to her before the pandemic, so she understands that it's not my making that I'm lacking.
Okay. Now this question goes to Miss Pauline.
Yeah.
If this was your last conversation with Mr. Mwakazi, what is that one thing you'd never want him to forget?
That I truly love him. One thing I would always want him to know is that, because we have different types of people, we have the whites and us, the Africans, whereby we think if I tell him I love you today, it should ring in his mind every day that I love him, which should not be true. I might love him today, but tomorrow I don't love him. So it's for me to keep on, even if I tell him I love you 20 times in a day, almost every day I tell you I love you, it's from my heart. I truly love you, because there is that one day, maybe something will come up, and if he doesn't hear that I love you, just know things are already done. So for me, I would like him to know that I love him, no matter what, I still love him. Even if we fight, I fight and I still love him.
Wow. Yeah. Interesting. Don't ever forget that. It is the only one thing that she's saying, that if this was your last conversation, just don't forget that. Now, I'll bring this to you. What do you love the most about her?
The fact that she accepted me with my differences, with my flaws, and taking my children. Let me tell you, it's normally the hardest thing ever. It's always easy when, I don't know why the society has made it easy for a man to love a single mother. But now the reverse, whereby it's now a woman loving a man who has kids, you know, because there's always the issue of when will the mom come into the picture and, you know, all that.
Yeah.
So the fact that she accepted me and the children, and the fact that she understands that she is now the one, and there is no time the mother will come again into the picture. So to me, that's the best moment. Yeah.
Well, Miss Pauline, what would you do if Mr. Mwakazi cheated on you?
I think it's hard, but let me say maybe I'd forgive him. Not because I want to stay with a cheating husband, but I'll just forgive and let it go.
How many times can you go ahead with
Okay, the first time I can forgive, I can understand maybe. People say men are men, so they'll cheat you. How do you know even where he was on Wednesday before we came here? He was somewhere and I was somewhere. How do I know he was cheating? How do I know he had maybe a girl somewhere trying to explain to her, I'm going to this place with my wife and cannot keep contact, or I'll talk to you when I'm, you know. But I'll feel bad if I get him, like Trent Harden, I get him cheating on me. I've forgiven you the first time, the second time you're doing it, I'm not going to give it a bad chance. I'll just let him know that, yes, I love you, but we have to finish all this.
Could I just pause this? What do you consider cheating?
To me,
is it just
cheating,
finding him in the action, or?
Okay, personally for me, not even sexually. To me, it won't bother. It will disturb my mind, but not sexually.
Yeah.
But if I continue, if I get so many conversation chats with women, flirting, and now the people sending him the nudes and all sorts of photos, for me that would be a killing thing. For him going to have sex, I wouldn't have a problem with it, as for me, but not getting those photos and chats. It means deeper than the action.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, cheating. I would love you to tell us what you consider cheating. What is cheating? Is it the action of the different people having sex outside marriage, or it starts from even the texting? Please let us know in the comment section. Mr. Mwakazi, how have you grown from the different fights you've had with Pauline? I don't mean like physical fights, the blows, but the arguments.
I have grown because every day I understand her, and like she said, her upbringing is totally different. So when I met the mom, and they're very nice people, but the way I've seen her treating them as children, now I understand why she's like, you know, whenever we have like an argument, she'll be always, you know, me, I'm always a quiet person, and I can actually walk away and come back when things are cool.
Never do that.
But
Why walk away when she's still explaining her whatever is going on?
But you see, there's one thing you can explain, but you repeat over and over again. To me, it's a nuisance. And I would rather walk away, come back when... Unfortunately, I walk away, and when I come back, she starts again from where she stopped.
Because you walked away. Why would you walk away when she's still explaining?
Explain what? Let me tell you, I think if you tell me one word, I will listen. Again, it boils down to our upbringing. Yeah, you tell me one word, it's okay. But don't repeat over and over. Don't hurl words. Just one word. This is wrong, period. Don't try to now expound or make it like a huge mountain and it's something really difficult. So I am trying to learn, and I've grown up like trying to understand her, but still.
Because different people express their anger differently. Some will just go and cry, another one will just shout and they are relieved of that, and others will just break things.
I understand, but how does it affect me? Because she's supposed to express herself. To a point now, I'll understand her. Okay. You understand? Because why is she expressing herself? Because she wants me to understand her.
Yeah, right.
If one word from her can make me understand her, why use 1,000 words? You understand?
Okay.
Yes.
Miss Pauline, what do you worry the most about Mwakazi?
When I get to see him sick, or like he's not feeling well. Now my mind starts racing. What if I lose him? What if something happens to him and I can't like do what he was doing? It bothers me. So most of the time when he gets sick, even if it's at the middle of the night, I don't sleep at all that night. I'll just be in bed, but I'm awake, listening and checking up on him. Of which for him, if I get sick, it's there. That day he snores, he sleeps and forgets, but in the morning that's when he, oh, I had a sick
How did you
here.
sleep?
Maybe he doesn't ask. I'm like, I'll wake up, do my thing and go to work. That's when you remember, oh, she was sick.
She slept sick.
But for me, I'll not sleep until I make sure he has slept off. I remember there's a day he had something nagging his throat. He couldn't breathe well. And that day, I cried the hell out of him.
So let me just make me understand. Is it are you worried that he might just die? Is that your worst worry about
Not
him?
even dying, but you know, a fitness person. You say a fitness person. Sick.
Has to be fit and
That person has to be fit and strong. But you get to see him, this thing is overtaking the strength in him.
right.
And everything has changed. It tends to worry.
Yeah.
The same way I see, let me tell you one thing. I'm so much into my dad that I tend to bring that thing to him. Because if I hear my dad is sick right now, I don't function. So the same thing, when I see him sick, even at work, I don't focus. I just feel that I want to.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. He's lucky. You're lucky. You are very lucky. So, this is yours. How does her love feel like to you?
It's like, okay, it's good, but sometimes men react differently. And this is something that, okay, she loves me too much. You know, too much when I say too much.
She loves you too much.
Too much.
Is that a
too
good
much.
thing or?
It's not a good thing. And men...
What do you want?
No.
What do men want?
Men come on the comment section below and tell us, is it better when your woman understands you more or loves you more? I believe in understand me more, love me little. In exchange, let me love her more, understand her little. That one has been proven all wide. It really works magic. Understand your man more than you love him.
Okay.
And him should love you more than trying to understand you.
Do you agree?
For me, I think I should love him because I'm meant to love him. If
Exactly.
I don't love him, I'm going to love another man.
If she
and
loves you,
understand
then
him.
we can get
Yeah.
that part of understanding you. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about it's the man to love you more. Regardless. Your work is to understand me more.
Okay.
So what if, let me ask, what if I say, I understand him, he doesn't have money, or I understand him, he has so much money, he can buy me what I want,
And you don't love.
and I don't love him.
It feels different.
It's my
Then
responsibility
I look for a
to love
person
you.
that I will love so much that the love that I'm not giving you, I'll go give another man that love. And then when it comes to finances and other
You
things,
understand?
I know my husband is there for me.
Men, come on the comment section and tell us, do you feel suffocated by so much love?
Please let us know in the comments.
Yes.
Mr. Mwakazi, what does she do that makes you feel safe?
Unfortunately, it's that love, that too much love.
Now it
I'm
is
not
coming in the
contradicting-
positive.
I'm not contradicting myself, but you know, she will talk about me the whole day. She goes to work, she talks, she meets so many people, but constantly she's talking about.
You are contradicting yourself. You say you don't want that too much love, but then that same too much love is the one that makes you feel safe.
Unfortunately, yes.
Interesting. Well, this is so interesting. What is that one experience, Miss Pauline, that you wish you two never shared? What is that one experience you wish you never shared?
An experience that I've never shared is maybe being a travel people. Because you don't think twice when it comes to traveling. You like being everywhere, anytime. if we had the capability of living here and going to Rwanda tomorrow, we would definitely do that. So at least one was not a traveling person and the other one to be a traveling person. So
so that if you say we go this way, he can challenge
challenge me and tell me, babe, you know what? You don't have this and this, we have to fix this. And we can plan now, like, let's go for a vacation. But if I tell him, babe, let's go to Mombasa now, are you sure? We go? We all go. So I hope we couldn't have such a relationship.
No, but that is a good thing if it makes both of you happy.
But you know now, even when we had our own business, people thought that we are not serious with what we are doing in life.
You're always just...
Because we are leaving our business to people to steal and do their own things, and as we have gone
to travel. Okay.
Exactly.
Alright. Well, those are some of the questions that I had for these lovely people. And just to conclude, what is that one thing you'd like to tell the viewers?
I love to tell you people, like, love your partner with all his everything. His bad behaviors, his good behaviors, his character and everything. You know, when you do something good to a person who thinks it's not good to love him, or he thinks that he's the best of the best, just try and love him the way he is. One day he's going to understand that person had to stomach all my nonsense and my things to be there for me. So at least don't love a man because of wealth. At the end of the day, it comes to an end. Because if I decided to love Mwakazi because of himself, right now,
you wouldn't be here.
Yeah. But all I always tell people is love that person the way you'd like to be loved.
Exactly. Yeah. Mr. Mwakazi, any last word to our viewers?
My last word would be choose your love and love your choice. Okay. Yes. As simple as that.
Alright. Well, it's been a pleasure hosting you guys. This has been an amazing episode. And guys, that's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe. Press the notification bell to be notified whenever I upload. I'll link down below the channels to her, which is the Mwakazi family, and his Mwakazi's Fitness. Well, it's been BRANYTEDDY. Until next time. Bye.
Which for him, if he gets sick, that day his nose, he sleeps and forgets. But in the morning, that's when he, oh, I had a sick
How did you sleep?
Maybe that.